Welcome to Champions Talk Video. This is DJ Shortbus, and this is my healer build that I have on Mercy. She is my main healer. She is what I bring when I want to make sure whatever is happening gets the heals and the protection that it needs. All right, so part of this, I'm going to take you through the thought process for how I determine how I'm going to do my specialization, at least on this healer. So Grandeur is kind of interesting because it basically turns your presence into offense, and if you want to do DPS with this character, maybe as like another role or something, that'd be a way to go. I prefer Repurpose because it takes your offense and turns it into more healing. Something else that can be useful here is Selfless Ally. That basically means that while you're healing the tank, you can get some heals, so you don't have to stop healing somebody else to take care of yourself. Dominion, that's more for doing crowd control stuff, so we're going to go ahead and skip that. But for the 5 points, I went with the 2 over there on the left. Okay, so Brilliance, nice if you want to do some critical healing type stuff. Moment of Glory, also good for if you're working on the critical side, which means that probably super stat wise, you probably went like, say, Presence, and then I usually go Constitution because I want to live, and then maybe get Dexterity. I went with Dexterity on this build, so we're going to work on the crit type stuff. Force of Will, you can increase your defense a little bit more, and less damage you're taking, the better off it is. The longer you're going to live, the longer you can keep everyone else alive. So we're going to do a mix of those other 3, because the last one I believe is just more hold strength type stuff that we don't need. Alright, so that brings us up to the next thing. Now, when you're looking at the trees, you're probably deciding what you want. Now, Arbiters is kind of interesting because you can use that if you're doing melee damage while you're healing, but we're not doing that. We're going to go with Sentinel. This is like your straight up, I am doing support, I am doing healing, this is what I want. Okay, Sentinel Aura is kind of a good mainstay as well as Caregiver. Make your you got an aura that's constantly healing people. You now have stronger heals. If you want to work the critical heal, you go Eternal Spring. That might be a good idea to also include some of that. Genesis, you can reduce energy cost, but if you're in support role, that's not necessarily an issue. Wither is for more hold stuff. We don't need that. Rejuvenated, your heal over times give you more power. Not necessarily something that you definitely need. Moment of Need, if you're doing critical heals, you can get more out of your critical heals. So that might be another option to go with. And alright, so now we're going to move on to our next tree. And, one option that you could have is going with Overseer, or Overseer, depending on how you pronounce it. I know, very subtle change there. And that one's good if you want to combine healing with support. I'm sorry, if you want to combine DPS with support role type stuff. You got some things in there that'll make your heals more effective and cheaper. You also got some stuff for blasts and criticals and stuff. But we're going to go with Sentry, which is kind of like, between tank and healer, because with Sentry Aura, we can put more defense for everybody. We can also increase the strength of our heals and our shields on people. And, something else that's really, really useful is, of course, your fortified gear. I almost feel like anytime I see fortified gear, I should take it. And then we also got Fortify, which means that when I get a critical heal, I get a little bit more protection for myself. And then lastly, I'm going with the Presence Mastery because I like the fact that it puts a bubble on people that I'm healing. And if I did have a bubble power, I could put it on somebody and the heals would be more effective or something like that. But anyway, that's pretty much my thought process on how to do specializations. Okay, let's sort of show these powers as best we can without actually having stuff that needs to be healed. So, when you're looking at your slotted passives, I'm a big fan of Aura Radiant Protection. More defense for everybody, the less likely they are to die. Especially when you're like at Kigatilic and you got the winds blowing. That Aura of Radiant Protection is a good thing. Squishy people aren't as squishy, therefore they can maybe do more DPS, or at least if they block, they're not going to just die anyways. When you're also considering your slotted passives, another one that you could go with is Seraphim, which basically means that your heals will be a little bit stronger. You can also do some fighting in, and this is the thing, it's either in hybrid role or in healer role. You could do a little bit more DPS with that. Um, it's not the best. It's also not the worst. You could also put in the other slotted passives, but I didn't. I've got Seraphim for those times when I arrive and somebody else is already providing Aura of Radiant Protection. That's because apparently if you get more than one Aura of Radiant Protection, you've got people taking a lot of damage. Or I'm sorry, like they cancel each other out or something like that. All right. So we're going back to our protection thing, and we've also, of course, got our Sentry Aura and our Sentinel Aura. So we've got more defense and we've got more heals that are just happening because I am there. All right. Some other things to look at with this build, of course, we're going to go with Compassion, with Presence being our primary super stat and wanting to be healers. Compassion is the way to go. They changed it so it doesn't, make shield stronger anymore. If that's something you want to do, you want to consider either the healing toggles for fire or darkness. Okay, so I've got the ability to resurrect myself. I took the one from ice. I've got redemption, and I've also got the advantage on it, so I can resurrect more than one person. Of course, this one can be interrupted, which means it's nice to also have transcendence, because more people you get heals. It can't be interrupted. You just got to have the power to put it out there to make that one happen. And a lot of times people do look to the healers to be the one to resurrect everybody. And sometimes maybe you are. Okay, Conviction. In normal builds, don't do Conviction, but if you're doing some sort of a healer thing, you get Compassion, you can take advantage of that. I say go ahead and make it rank 2 and get the advantage on it that turns it into an AoE heal as well. That way you can, you have another means to heal people, and you don't even have to take your target off. But it is a small radius. So we also got Ascension. That is your active offense. It can increase your damage and increase your heals. So if you see something where it's just like, oh, things went a little bit south, maybe pop that thing so you can do some stronger healing and such. Plus, it gives you the ability to fly. I guess it wouldn't be Ascension if you didn't fly, right? And you get to look all sparkly too. That's always fun. All right, so let's see, what else do we have going on here? Of course, we've got a shield. You can use any shield you want. There isn't one that's like designated Celestial. I went with the one for Force because, I don't know, the special effects for it kind of seem similar to a lot of the stuff going on in Celestial. Alright, so I'm going to target the coach over there, and there's our energy builder that you can use to heal as well as do DPS. So we hit that little block over there. And heal yourself and interrupt yourself too while you're trying to do other things. So I know it's an annoying thing sometimes. All right, so we've got our target dummy over there, and we're going to hit it with we're going to hit it with Illuminate. Didn't really need to because there's nothing near it to sort of show off the effect there. But you got Celestial Conduit. I like Celestial Conduit. It's a nice single target maintain heal. Really like it when the tank like Kagatulik is getting frost breath on them. I can, he's damaging them with a maintain. I can heal them with a maintain. All right. So when you use Illuminate or Illumination, or actually when you don't use it, this is what we're seeing right now. Celestial Conduit, I hit one target, boom. Toss the Illuminate out there. Now I do it, and my Celestial Conduit is hitting all sorts of stuff. If it's on a bad guy, obviously it's going to ricochet and hit other bad guys and do damage. If it's on somebody that you're healing, it's going to ricochet and hit other people that you're healing. So it's really not a bad thing to get the Illuminate there. All right. So another really important heal, probably just one everybody should have if you're going to do it, is get Iniquity. Iniquity is a 100-foot range, so we're backing up. You can see Celestial Conduit is grayed out, but Iniquity is there, and that can be a really big heal. It also damages yourself a little bit. Of course, if you've got the Sentinel Aura and any other kind of self-heal buff things going on, not an issue, no. But if you're in combat and you're taking lots of damage from other things, you can do that. Be careful, don't get too excited to try and heal everybody up. We've also got a rune. I went with Pillar of Pause. You can go with whichever rune fits your your theme or whatever. But runes are nice for dropping it down and giving everybody a chance. Like if they're around you to go find they need heals, but like you can't be bothered. It's like, here, hope you guys are smart enough to come find this, and then they can all get on there and hopefully get some heals. Of course, I think it has a max of like 5 people. All right, so I had to build up a little energy there so I could do the Transcendence. Boom. That's like a giant rune that also resurrects people, and for some odd reason leaves you in a pose where you're pretending you're James Brown and waiting for somebody to drape a cape over you. Yeah, I'm not too sure what that's all about, but it is kind of cool looking. We really need this as an emote. I do believe so. And then people, hey! Oh, sorry, that's my James Brown impression. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to go to Lynx's Fold, where Kigatilic isn't, because he's been defeated. And I want to kind of give you an idea of like how I'm thinking, when it comes to doing the heals and stuff. Okay, so we want to join Team Up, and obviously we're not fighting here, but when you get in Team Up, that means that like you can share your auras, and it's also easier to find people when you're trying to heal stuff. Now, here we are on the platform. What I like to do is, if nobody else is doing it, I'm going to move up, so I'm kind of close to the people who are doing melee DPS, and I can hit them with this rune, so they are getting heals, at least from that. Now, that won't, keep them from dying if they are too close and they're somehow in the forward firing arc of Kiga, but it will work. Now, I can also use Celestial Conduit often to heal the tank, wherever they're standing at. Obviously, if they are breaking line of sight with this thing, I might not be able to get that. Something else is, if you've got the Aura of Radiant Protection, you want to be able to get it to the tank. You'll have to move to the sides to do that. Also, you can use Conviction to kick out another heal around the people around you. Alright, so we're moving to the side here, and that would be like if the tank wasn't getting Aura of Radiant Protection and we really thought it was going to help them, we could do that. Of course, the downside is people further away from you on the main platform are not getting the aura. Let's see here. Is there anything else you should go over? Let's see. Oh yeah, when he's facing, look up, see which direction he's going. Once he does that breath attack, he'll kill everybody, and then that's when you want to basically get back on the platform and hit that Transcendence and get everybody back up. Unfortunately, at that point, their kick is usually already healed up from people dying. Now, this little window here that you get when you click the arrows, not only can you use it to select which group you're going to go into, but you can use it as a means to target people and heal them. Obviously, if they are out of range from where you were at or on there, you can't heal them. But it's not a bad idea if you want to do that to just sort of like keep people alive around you. Alright, so that's pretty much it. If you've got some questions, see me in game. Otherwise, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much.